good? It's your man NuuGame. Hey, today I'm gonna show you guys this song that I'm gonna show you how I made. It's one of the number one played song on my first album, The Chronicles. The name of the song is Only God Can Judge Me. And I was inspired to make the song after listening to Let the Groove Get In by Timbaland on Justin Timberlake's album. You can let the groove get in all night long. And I just love the way Timbaland just had that kick that was riding, right? So as always with all my breakdown videos, I'm gonna just walk through the kick. So I'm just gonna start off by muting the kick so you can hear how the kick sounds. So that just gets that just puts that energy through it. It's just, and then what I did is I have the drums grouped in here. So I'm just gonna play like the snare. And I have some congas. So I'm just gonna start the loop from the top right here. So as you can see, I have some automation right here. I'm just gonna play it back right here. So what I wanted the hi-hat, that particular hi-hat, I wanted it to sound like it was just running through the, I'm gonna start it right here. See that? I wanted that to, in order to hear that, you have to listen to it on the headphones. And then I have just the regular hi-hats. See that? I got some shakers and some cymbals. And that's just an additional rim shot, but I have two of them because I wanted one of them. I'm just gonna solo it. See, this one has a little bit more reverb on it, so you can see it's bust right there. So if I turn that off, and that puts a little reverb on there, and then this is another one. Look at. So it just kind of creates a little room temperature to it. So if we just play all the drums, and then on the guitars, I actually have my buddy Chris Halo playing the guitar. So that just plays out throughout the track, but I'm just gonna turn the guitars off and just play the piano. As you can see, it's just real pianos. So we have the pianos, and then I have the bass. And that bass just came off of Native Instruments. If you're curious, I have the tracks frozen. That's a Native Instrument bass. So that is just pretty much the foundation of the track. And then I have the hooks, which play right here.
The Lord God does in heaven. I've been around.
I actually wrote this hook in 2016.
No one's gonna love me like the Lord God does in heaven.
And this is it's about
I've been around.
It's a bunch.
Faces, but no one's gonna love me like the Lord God does in heaven. I've been around.
So that's pretty much
seen places and faces, but no one's gonna.
And something interesting about this particular track, Chris Halo Puff played the guitar all throughout the track. As you can see, there was no break because I wanted him to just give a vibe as everything was going down. So this song features Badass, rest in peace, Badass. He passed away in prison. He was kind enough to drop a verse for me on the track. This is his verse right here.
God in heaven.
I've been around, seen faces and places. I didn't even seen souls vanish without a trace. You have to try to learn to live at your own pace. You don't have to be forced to run in this rat race. Walk softly.
Even without the snare and everything else, it's just grooving, right?
This is for the families, teach our sons to fish, so every day they could say grace on the dish, walk by faith, and be placed in the.
Now tell it to the father, the
right
mother,
here.
and the kid. Tell it to the youth, sow it as a seed. Let them feed on the love. If a drink is what they need, from the belly let the living water proceed. Teach about
that's your
faith,
boy
only
dropping
God
verses.
I believe, not the.
And this also features the one and only Rocky Peter. Rocky drops
all these and more because
I've been a
right here.
God in heaven. No one should judge me.
Now, interesting story. The song was actually done, and I was doing a recording with Lady Joy, and Rocky stopped by the crib, and he just jumped in the studio, and he was just like, "No one." I was like, "Get on the microphone." That's how we got this. It's one of my favorite parts of the song.
No one should judge me but my Father.
And then I have to hook back in here.
I've been around, seen places and faces.
And this is the end part where he said, where I come in with "Don't judge me" right here.
Don't judge me. Don't judge me.
And for those of you familiar with the track, Owen does the Pastor Robin Money.
Well, I got news for you. You can't question your pastor.
That's it right
you
here.
You can't question
wait, let me
God's
find
message.
it.
You think I'm going to be here making all this money just for myself?
I don't know where I put it, but
What you
anyway.
think you doing?
That's how the
You
song
think you know what you're
transitions
talking
into
about?
All Day All Night, which I also
you know
have
what? It's
a
a-
breakdown on how I did All Day All Night. That's on another tutorial. But yeah, this is just behind making the beat, putting everything together. And from the top, there's a little effect that you guys hear. That was actually intentional. It was an effect that I pulled out from, I think I pulled it out from, I think it was, from Native Instruments. It was one of the damage effects. So if I solo it out, it's what it sounds like. So that was intentional because I wanted that to just sound like it just broke out like out of nowhere. So, but yeah, that's behind the scenes on Only God Can Judge Me. Shout out to Duno. Duno actually dropped a verse. Verse 1 came from Duno. That's actually how me and Duno connected. And stay tuned for more on Duno.
People shut you down just
His
for
verse
filling
was
up the
fire. He
buckets now.
started the
But it's
track.
the book of found telling me about a king and
that's
something
him
about
right
a
here.
kingdom that's within. But first, let me tell you something about myself. I wasn't the first man with.
So yeah, I forgot to play that for y'all. But yeah, that's behind the scenes. I'm gonna do a little more of these videos because I think it helps you guys out just to see how I get down. All right, y'all.
For filling up the pockets now. But there's the book of found telling me about a king and something about a kingdom that's within. But first, let me tell you something about myself. I wasn't the first man when the first.